Exclusive! Tottenham circling Leroy Sané after learning Bayern Munich's stance. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Having raided Bayern Munich for Mathys Tel in January, Tottenham Hotspur have now reportedly set their sights on Leroy Sané, who will be a free agent in the summer. Tottenham Hotspur and Bayern have developed a strong relationship over the last 18 months, with Harry Kane and Eric Dier moving from London to Munich, while Mathys Tel moved in the opposite direction in the most recent transfer window. It has now been revealed that the two clubs could do some business once again in the summer after Vincent Kompany's men put one of their experienced wide men on the shop window. Tottenham and Newcastle like Leroy Sané. CaughtOffside now claim that Spurs have been alerted by Leroy Sané's availability after learning Bayern's transfer stance on the winger. The report reveals that the North London club are joined in the race for 28-year-old by Newcastle and Atletico Madrid ahead of the summer, but none of these clubs have held any talks regarding a transfer so far. The outlet claims that Bayern are ready to offer Leroy Sané a new deal, but will only do so if they take a big pay cut, and that's where negotiations have stalled. Sané's current contract at the Allianz Arena expires in the summer, opening up competition for several clubs in Europe, including Tottenham Hotspur, who have already shown great interest. If Bayern Munich fail to agree a new deal with Sané, it wouldn't be a bad thing at all. There would actually be more money left over for the Bavarian club to sign Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen in one of the most expensive deals of the European summer. Sané's transfer stance revealed. The report suggests that Leroy Sané is open to leaving the Bundesliga side in search of a new challenge after falling down Kompany's pecking order. The pacey winger is thought to be attracting interest from Saudi Pro League clubs, but his intention is to continue playing in Europe. In fact, the publication adds that Leroy Sané would ideally prefer a switch to either a Premier League or La Liga club in the summer if he does leave Bayern. Tottenham have already decided to sign bargain midfielder. Former USA striker Charlie Davies is confident about what decision Tottenham will make regarding Johnny Cardoso this summer, especially after the North London club just saw what the midfielder did for Real Betis over the weekend. Spurs fans better get used to the speculation linking Johnny Cardoso with a move to N17 as we get closer to the summer transfer window. Tottenham acquired a £21 million option to buy Cardoso last summer, and given the form that the 24-year-old has been in of late, one would think that the Lilywhites would be extremely tempted to activate it. In fact, it was reported just a few days ago that Spurs were left mightily impressed by the performance that Cardoso delivered in Real Betis 2, one win over Real Madrid on Saturday. The same report suggested that Tottenham were confident that the 24-year-old would be worth the investment, and are edging towards taking advantage of their clause. Some Tottenham fans are not yet fully convinced that Cardoso is the answer to the club's issues in midfield, but the American midfielder's stock continues to grow by the day. Former USA star Charlie Davies has absolutely no doubt that the Premier League club will activate the clause to bring the Betis man to the Tottenham Hotspur stadium. When asked if he sees Cardoso moving to Spurs, the pundit said on Call It What You Want podcast, "I do. I think they do initiate it. When you score against Real Madrid on top of that, that only helps your stock. It only shows that you're capable of playing in the biggest matches against the biggest opponents. So, yes, I think it's probably a clause that is not too crazy either. I absolutely see Tottenham taking this, because it's a bargain, I think, given how he's been able to play this season in La Liga. Yeah, I just wonder how they utilise him. You have a couple of players that maybe... Bergvall, they have Bergvall, who's been getting a lot of minutes, the 19-year-old Swedish international. Is Cardoso the man to repulse Yves Bissouma at Spurs? Over the past few days, we have seen reports suggest that Tottenham are willing to listen to offers for Yves Bissouma, who enters the final year of his contract at the club this summer. Spurs are thus likely to be in the market for a number 6, and one would think that Johan Langer and his recruitment team are now studying a number of potential options. Cardoso's impressive run of form of late might have made Tottenham's decision easier, with the Betis star's performances becoming increasingly harder to ignore. Fabrizio Romano has shared what Tottenham's plans are regarding Mathys Tel as the forward looks to get up to speed with Premier League football after his switch from Bayern Munich. Tel has not managed to hit the ground running at N17, having struggled a little so far with the pace of the Premier League. That is perhaps to be expected of someone so young and experienced who has just moved to a new country and left mid-season, and Ange Postecoglou is certainly confident that Mathys Tel will come good. Tottenham have the option to sign Tel for £45 million in the summer, but only if the 19-year-old greenlights the move. Reports over recent weeks indicate that Spurs are confident they will be able to finalise a Tel deal when the transfer window reopens in June. Romano has now revealed that things have now gone quiet at Tottenham about their plans for Tel in the summer window. The journalist explained that the club's focus at the moment is entirely on helping the forward adapt to Premier League football before making a decision. When asked if he expects Tel to make a permanent move to Spurs in the summer, Romano told Give Me Sport, "Tel's situation is quiet now, full focus on the pitch. He just arrived 1 month ago, so Spurs want to give him time to adapt, perform and then discuss his future. Will Tottenham's plans for Mathys Tel change?" Spurs evidently wanted to sign Tel permanently in January, but settled for a loan with an option to buy. It is thus pretty clear that Tottenham view him as a long-term option. However, one does wonder if Postecoglou and Johan Lange's minds will change if the forward fails to produce much of note over the next few months. If Tel fails to score at least 6 or 7 goals before the end of the season, Tottenham might even go back to the negotiating table and look to agree a lower fee with Bayern. Tottenham Hotspur attacker Richarlison has been linked with the move away from the club at the end of the season. He has not been able to make the desired impact and joining the club from Everton, and it seems that he could be on his way out of the club in the summer. Meanwhile, a report from Give Me Sport claims that Everton are keen on bringing him back to the club and they are lining up a summer move for the Brazilian. It remains to be seen whether they can secure an agreement with Tottenham for the player. Richarlison clearly needs a fresh start and a return to his former club could be ideal for him. He played his best football with Everton before his move to Tottenham, and a return to his comfort zone could bring out the best in him once again. Tottenham paid around £60 million to sign the Brazilian from Everton, and they will be fully aware of the fact that they will not be able to recoup that kind of money for him. They will need to cut their losses on the player, and Everton will be hoping to sign the player on a bargain. It would be ideal for all parties to go their separate ways, and it remains to be seen how the situation unfolds. Meanwhile, Fabrizio Romano has stated that Tottenham are not worrying about his future right now, and they are focused on finishing the season strongly. They will look to make a decision when the time is right. He said to Give Me Sport, "No time now for decisions yet. Spurs are focused on finishing the season in the best way possible, then we will see. It's an open story." That's it for today's update. If you liked the video and want to keep up with everything Tottenham, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for our latest content. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and share it with other Spurs fans. Let's build our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs.